Rich, the fact that you're starting game 2 and not game 3, as some folks theorize, do you have any input into those discussions, and do you care where you pitched?
No, yeah, no, I don't care where I pitch. Just go out there and be a service for you know, the 25 guys in there. And again, it's going to be mundane and boring, some of my answers, because you guys know how they're going to be. But it's just give everything that I got, and you know, give that consistent effort as I've been giving the entire season. So whether it was game 2, 3 out of the bullpen, or you know, wherever it might be, just to you know, be here and bring that intense effort.
Yes, starting pitchers have not been treated very well in these first handful of playoff games.
You noticed?
Yeah, you have noticed. Well, you got a theory on why that is, and also go green.
Yeah, it's a big weekend for Michigan, the state. Yeah, I don't have really a theory on it. I think the one thing is, if you look at the playoffs, that I've heard from multiple, you know, front office players, and this is all going back to former playoff outings and performances, that they wish they look back, and they look back now and wish that they had enjoyed it, instead of, you know, kind of I don't know, looking at the occasion as it is. But I've said this before, and somebody told me this, is that, you know, the occasion rises to you instead of you rising to the occasion. And I can't really, you know, put obviously a theory to it why pitchers are getting hit around, or it's just not going their way for starting pitchers. But I think it comes back to, you know, if you're going out there and you're aggressive and, you know, you're pitching with conviction, it's not, I don't want to make this sound, you know, incorrect, but it's not about the outcome, it's about how you go about getting to that outcome. And I firmly believe that. I think that at the end of the day, if you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, I gave it everything that I have, you know, on that day, then you can look back and feel good about it instead of, you know, have any regrets. But, you know, with that said, I think that it has been, you know, it's been a great playoff series. These series have been incredible. And I think that's when you look at it at that perspective, and you really enjoy it, and, you know, you can see the you know, the passion in the guys that are playing in these games right now, and you'll see that tonight from us.
Rich, overall from the start of the season, any particular reason or theory why the Diamondbacks have played so well against you?
Well, I think, you know, they have a great lineup. They have an excellent pitching staff, and obviously with Torrey at the helm, you know, he's one of the best managers in baseball, and I think, you know, knowing him personally, playing for him, and understanding, you know, his beliefs as a manager and as a player, you know, he really has a lot of pride for, you know, wearing a Major League jersey. So I know that's been conveyed to the guys over there in the locker room, that you know, you're playing for the name in the front of the jersey, not the name in the back of the jersey. And you know, to me, he's a first-class guy, and I think that's obviously carried over from, you know, the other organizations that he's been with. But with that said, I think that, you know, back to their lineup and back to the way that they go about their business is extremely professional, and, you know, that's what makes, you know, a team a special team. Every team, these 8 teams that are in the playoffs here, are, you know, all are extremely special, and it's going to be, you know, a very difficult road to complete this task that we want to at the end of the day. But, you know, again, it still comes back to that consistency of effort and, you know, playing with a certain level of intensity.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Rich. How would you explain Dave Roberts on a second lap through? You know, he had his first season, but now it's a second season, a second trip to the playoffs. So much has happened to you guys as a team and a franchise in the last year, with the highs and the lows and records and the skid and all of it. What has that second year meant to him?
Well, from my perspective and what I've seen is that, you know, his consistency as a manager has been very, the day-to-day process has been very consistent. So, the message has been strong throughout the entire season of the commitment to this process and what we want to achieve at the end of, this playoff run. And one thing every day he's reminded guys of is that process and sticking with, everyone's individual routine, making sure that we're getting our work in. And I also think the one thing is at the end of the day, when you look back last year, it wasn't so much about, not completing the task and finishing the goal that we wanted to get to, which is winning the World Series, but it was gaining the experience that we can have for this year going into these playoffs. So, when you look at Dave Roberts, manager of the year last year, extremely consistent from a day-to-day basis, positive, consistent attitude, and guys feed off of that, and it shows all the way through. This roster, especially when we were in a downtime in late August and September, you saw that everything stayed very positive. Nobody was pointing fingers at a certain group or any one individual. Everyone stayed together, and that was something that defines a team to me, and it was extremely important to see that happen.